Hey there, I'm Shannon, and today I'm going to be dyeing and cutting this wig, which to me currently looks like Link's hair and his hat mixed together in hair form. Super fucking weird, so this thing needs some repurposing ASAP. I'm putting on my gloves. I don't know why all of a sudden I decided to wear gloves because I never do, but I am. Starting with the dye, I'm using Electric Lizard from Manic Panic, and I am pouring a little bit of that into my bowl. And I am also using Enraged color in Twisted Teal and pouring that in my bowl as well. I've done a video making a green color before with these two colors, but in this video I'm using a lot more Twisted Teal than I am Electric Lizard just to get a darker, more evergreen-ish, I guess, green. And I'm also using like a dab of white conditioner just because I feel like the screen was a little too dark, and I'm mixing that in. And I am starting with the dye process. As you can see, this evergreen is way darker than the green that's already on the wig, and I'm living for it. Also, feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. I would much appreciate it. So yeah, this part is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just slapping that dye in there. I'm starting with the bangs because bangs were easiest. I didn't really have to section them off or anything. Just doing their own thing, putting that dye in there, using my hands, using the brush, whatever feels unnatural to me. And fast forward towards the end, I skipped a large chunk of the dyeing just because that's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen a million hair dyeing videos, so I'm just getting straight to the point. I did some sectioning just to make it easier for myself, but overall I kind of just take dye with my hands and like scrunch it into the hair because I feel like honestly that is the best way to do it. I've been dyeing hair for a long time, and that is my favorite way. I let that color sit for about 20 minutes and then I rinsed it out, and I have this beautiful dark green which I am going to begin cutting right here. I'm starting with the bangs, which this was really difficult because I couldn't see from under my bangs, so it was kind of ironic, I guess. I'm cutting them short using my scissors vertically. That took me a second to think of, but I'm using them vertically because this cuts a less blunt edge. It makes it a little more choppy and like razory and edgy, if you will. Alright, now that I have an eye slit made and I can finally see through, I'm starting with the actual length of my hair, which I'm kind of just hacking away at this point because I'm just giving myself a baseline for where I want the length to be, which in this case is about shoulder length. I'm using the worst scissors of all time, so do not follow suit on my scissors. These are just regular like house scissors. You should be using cutting shears, but like I don't have any. Mine broke and I lost them and a whole bunch of things happened, so I'm using household scissors, but don't do that. That's just a me thing because I'm an idiot. One good thing about wearing a wig is that I can take it off my head to finish up the styling, which is fucking beautiful. I decided to put my wig on the wig stand and continue cutting the bangs and everything else from there just because it's a lot easier. I can see it better. I'm just kind of following suit with the rest of the bangs, trying to match them with the little eye slit that I made earlier. Enjoy the back of my head for a moment. I'm taking a few pieces on the edge of the bangs and kind of just fading them, blending them into the rest of the hair, the length of the hair, by cutting in a diagonal motion. By doing this, it kind of blends the bangs into the rest of the hair instead of just having like bangs hair, which I mean is fine, but I personally didn't want that. More blending the bangs into the length of the hair using a diagonal cutting stroke, if you will. And now I'm moving on to the actual length of the hair. At this point, I'm kind of just chopping away at the length I want, just using a really blunt edge, like not really giving a fuck. I'm gonna come back later and clean that up. Just for now, I'm giving myself a reference. Alright, now that I have finished my blunt edge, I'm going back and using those vertical scissors, cutting upwards rather than across, just to give it that little edge, little less blunt looking. Texturize, if you will. I'm also doing the same, texturizing the bangs, thinning them out just a little bit because they're kind of heavy. And now I am taking my thinning shears, which are actual thinning shears, and I am thinning out the bangs and the length of the hair just because I feel like it's a little bulky. I even went back after this video was filmed and cut a bunch of layers and like random thinning areas into my hair just because I felt like it was a little heavy, but you get the point. I just didn't want to make it too long of a video. At least you can understand what I'm doing. Cutting the edges, all the bottom. And voila, we are done. Here is the finished product with all of the little extra layers that I got put in there, and I am completely in love with it. Literally, I think this is my new look. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my new everyday wig. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. If you love it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you're not new here, make sure you have that little bell clicked. I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. Stay pretty, kitties. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bye.